What's happening, guys? Sam Adams here, and today we are recapping Square Enix at E3 2019. We saw the Avengers and a whole bunch of other, mainly Japanese things. Oh, also a shooter from People Can Fly. Some things to break down here, so without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. To kick things off, let's talk about the Avengers, because this is the game that so many people have been looking forward to. Coming from Crystal Dynamics, it is officially launching on May 15th of 2020, and you will be able to play as Captain America, Hulk, Thor, Iron Man, and Black Widow. Whenever you sit down to actually look at the trailer, you will notice these are not our Avengers. There is no Robert Downey Jr., there is no Chris Hemsworth, etc. It makes sense because I'm sure they want to separate the game from the movie in the minds of the consumer, but at the same time, it's a little bit jarring to see somebody who's clearly not Tony Stark playing Tony Stark. But I will say, still a star-studded cast. Specifically, you have Troy Baker and Nolan North playing as Bruce Banner and Tony Stark respectively, so that is a pretty big get. Those are some pretty big names, especially in the world of gaming. The game itself is going to have free DLC updates, and of course, no loot boxes, no microtransactions. This is just a genuinely awesome-looking Avengers game, and it's also coming to Google Stadia on top of the expected platforms of PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Now let's talk about Final Fantasy, because of course Final Fantasy VII Remake has been on the slate for a while, but now we know when it's coming out, March 3rd of 2020, as confirmed a few days back. But then we saw a lengthy breakdown of gameplay and combat that makes a lot of people very excited. I'm not one of them, never was a big Final Fantasy guy, but I know a ton of people out there are. I will also say, if you want to play Final Fantasy VIII, it's getting a remaster later on this year. Although, make no mistake, it is not nearly as in-depth as Final Fantasy VII's Remake. This is not going to be a lengthy, drawn-out process. This is more along the lines of a standard remaster. But it is coming out in 2019 on the PS4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC via Steam. And now we have some Japanese games I'm going to run through. If you know, you know. If you like it, you like it. Romancing Saga 3 is finally leaving Japan, coming on the PS4, the Vita, the Switch, the PC, the Xbox One, iOS, and Android. Sega Scarlet Grace is also leaving Japan, coming to the PS4, Steam, iOS, and Android, as well as the Nintendo Switch. And Oninaki from Tokyo RPG Factory, the makers of I Am Setsuna and Lost Sphere, is coming out on August 22nd of 2019. My favorite thing from the show is this, Outriders, coming from People Can Fly, creators of Bulletstorm primarily. That's what they're most well known for. Just kidding, also Gears of War Judgment. But this game looks really interesting. No gameplay was shown off, pretty much just a big cinematic, but it almost blends a level of post-apocalyptic War of the Worlds kind of vibe for me. Very cool looking game, one that I'm excited to hear more about, but it's not going to be coming out until 2020, so we can expect more info this winter, of which I will be very much so paying attention to. And to round out the recap, we have The Last Remnant Remastered out on the Switch right now if you do want to pick it up, and then some DLC is coming to Kingdom Hearts 3. That was announced at a concert a few days ago, but we do have the confirmation and the reminder. The Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, the DLC thing, is coming out this winter if you are a fan of Kingdom Hearts 3. And that pretty much hits the highlights of the Square Enix show. Of course, let me know what caught your eye. For me, Outriders, without a doubt, the most interesting thing from this show. I'm not a big Marvel guy, what can I say? But if you do happen to be new here, I have recaps for the other big press conferences, and of course, subscribe for more incredible content. You might not call it incredible, but I'm pretty proud of it. Anyways, I will catch you guys on the next one, and peace.